Isang magandang Lunes sa ating lahat. Hello po, ito po ang iyong lingkod, Benji Chudoro. Bumabati sa inyo ng isang magandang araw. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer who started to invest in the Philippine stock market in 2007. And I do this report daily, which I started last year, August din po. I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. At kung gusto niyo po ang content, iniimbitahan ko po kayo mag-subscribe sa ating channel. At kung meron po kayong mga kumpanya or stocks in mind na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at ipra-prioritize ko po. We shall be wrapping up our Philippine participation in the Tokyo Olympic Games, and our financial news is on AREIT at ang resulta ng trading sa ating Philippine Stock Exchange ngayong araw, ika-9 ng Agosto, 2021 dito lamang sa the stock market today. Okay, let's start with our sports news. And our sports news is on the most successful Philippine participation in the Olympic Games. And I'm talking about the 3 boxers who had a podium finish and the gold of Heidelin Diaz. So, 4 po yung ating medals na ating nakuha mula sa Olympic Games na ito. And this is the most successful Olympic Games that we have had in our 94-year history of participation. Okay, so let's turn to this news item from the Philippine Star. Triumphant boxers POC chief fly home today. Boxers Nesty Petesio, Carlo Palam, and Yumir Marshall, along with the rest of the Philippine delegation, will fly home today and be accorded a hero's welcome following their feats in the Tokyo Olympics. Petesio, Paalam, and Marshall, who combined for a pair of silver and a bronze medal, along with their coaches and sports officials, headed by the Philippine Olympic Committee President Abraham Tolentino, will arrive at 4:45 p.m. Celia Kiram, Charles Maxley, and Arnold Agustin of the Philippine Sports Commission and officials from Malacanang will greet the group upon arrival. Petesio, Paalam, and Marshall will receive an online conference call from either President Duterte or Executive Secretary Salvador Medaldea. From there, they would proceed to a hotel booked by Tolentino in Tagaytay to spend their week-long quarantine. On August 16, Tolentino will host a Thanksgiving Mass and party that would also be attended by Heidelin Diaz, the country's first Olympic gold medalist, who arrived a week earlier. And we could probably arrange for their loved ones to come also, said the congressman from Tagaytay. Tolentino said he will personally show the houses and lots that he would give to Diaz, Petesio, and Paalam, and Marshall in Tagaytay. Initially, Tolentino promised a house and lot only to the gold medal winner, but he changed his mind yesterday and decided to give the rest of the medalists the same reward for the honor they brought to the country. Also, Tolentino said POC will give an additional 3 million to Diaz for her gold, 2 million each for Petesio and Paalam, and for their silver, 1 million for Marshall for his bronze. POC and the Manny V. Pangilinan Sports Foundation also have pooled money worth 500,000 each to Filipinos who didn't medal in the Tokyo Games. Kwenta, ang ating Philippine participation, we have 16 athletes and 4 doon sa 16 na yon ay podium finish. So, ibig sabihin, 25% of the athletes ay nag-medal po. At kung titignan natin, I think hindi ko yata nabalita sa inyo yung kay EJ Obiena. EJ Obiena is the only Asian athlete who participated in the pole vault. Wala po dyan ang Japan, wala po dyan ang China, wala po dyan yung Asian powerhouses, Iran, Iraq, wala po sila doon. Siya lang po ang lone Asian competitor dun po sa pole vault, and it is considered an elite circle. Kasi po yung mga nagvo-vault po doon, ang tataas po ng vino-vault nila, no? At yung qualifying ni Obiena na 5.75 meters, nag-qualify po siya for the finals. Pero unfortunately, napakahirap po kasing sports yan na pole vault. Nanalo po yung Sweden doon. At with a lot of space to spare, kasi napakataas ng talo nung Sweden, no? Si I forgot his name. But he was a very, very strong athlete. So, yun po si EJ Obiena. At we are really proud of EJ Obiena being the lone Asian. And perhaps, who knows, he might end up with a podium finish sometime in the future kasi very promising po yung bata. Another athlete who failed to make it to the podium was Carlos Yulo or si Kaloy Yulo. Well, that's understandable because Kaloy is injured. So, na-injure po niya yung kanyang hip. Kung di po ako nagkakamali from the news items, he injured his hip 2 weeks before the Olympic Games. Kaya hindi po siya 100% dun sa kanyang paboritong floor exercise where he is world champion. Pero, di bali po, babawi po tayo dyan. Gayun din naman ay yung nabitin natin, yung golf, Kasi last time ay naglalaro pa po. Pero kung titingnan po natin yung ranking, Yuka Saso ay humabol po siya doon sa 4th round nung Sunday, and he carded a 65 to place good for 9th place. Tied for 9th po siya. Yun po si Yuka Saso. And the event was won by the United States, si Nelly Corda. At kung titignan niyo po si Nelly Corda, talagang napakabata pa po. Pero mas bata po si Yuka Saso. Kasi 19 lang po si Yuka Si Nelly Corda is, I think, in her 20s already. Pero matangkad na golfer at matangkad na golfer at maganda po siya. Maganda, may personality po yung tong golfer na ito, si Nelly Corda. She is number 1 in the world. So, yun po ang resulta ng golf. Yung second and third, nagkaroon po ng tie break. Okay. So, nagkaroon sila ng shootout hole, Si Japan's Inami Mone Inami at si Lee Jako of New Zealand sa 18th hole, which was won by Japan. Kaya po yung gold went to Nelly Corda of the US, Japan got the silver, and New Zealand got the bronze. While Yuka Saso was tied for 9th place. At nasa round 4, she carded an under par 65, which was the same score of Japan's Inami and New Zealand's Lee Jako. So, kung hindi lang siya nag-falter dito sa first round of 74, kung naka 68 din siya, So, siguro first or second place din po siya. Or nag-figure out po siya dun sa leaders. At anyway, si Bianca Pagdangana naman is way, way back. And she is here tied for 43 plus 1. So, ibig sabihin to, 1 over par. Yung kanyang score, yung cumulative score niya. While Yuka Saso is minus 10 or 10 under par, which is a higher score. So, yung gold medalist po, minus 17 or 17 under par. So, 7 strokes behind lang po si Yuka Saso doon. Anyway, and congratulations to the Philippine athletes. Now, let's now go to the business news. AREIT nets 1.34 billion income in first half. Real Estate Investment Trust arm of Ayala Land Inc. posted a 31% increase in net income to 1.34 billion in the first 6 months of 2020 using the fair value method. AREIT Inc. in a statement said, excluding the unrealized gains in fair value recognitions of its properties, its first half net income jumped by 55% to 1.01 billion. Comparative figures were not provided by the company. To reflect the market value of its properties and align financial reporting practices with that of global REITs, AREIT secured the approval of the Bureau of Internal Revenue to change the accounting method it uses in valuing investment properties from the cost method to the fair value method. AREIT's top line grew by 49% to 1.36 billion during the 6-month period, while its EBITDA, or earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, also rose by 39% to 1.05 billion. Okay, so that's our financial news. And let's now go to what happened to the PSE index. Okay, the PSE index, from a profit-taking Friday, it is now positive, gaining 92.66 points or 1.42% to finish at 6632.57. So if you will take a look, yung ating MO20, yung ating short-term indicator, is at 65.92, meaning that the closing price is now higher than the indicator, indicating that in the short term, the stock or the index is bullish or moving to the bullish side. Now, if we will take a peek at the market activity, 115 companies advanced, 91 declined, while 34 remained unchanged. As for the market indices, the all-share index gained 0.95%, while all the sectoral indices are up except for mining, which lost 1.87%. The gainers was led by properties at 3.65%. Now we'll be reviewing the top most active stocks. We'll review ACEN and Converge, which are the new index stocks, Emperador, MONDE, Ali, ICT, DMC, TEL, NIKL, and SM. So if you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. Okay, so let's now review ACEN. Okay, ACEN, now it continues to move up. And kung titignan po natin yung indicators, talagang makikita nyo po yung trend na nauuna po, nearest the candlestick is the orange indicator, which is our 20-day exponential, followed by the blue, which is the 50-day exponential, and our long-term indicator, the 100-day exponential moving average, which is magkasunod po yan. So makikita po natin merong dalawang magkasunod na volume po dito na above average volume, and I think the PSE is beginning to price in the stock, because naging index stock po si ACEN. The RSI is already at 69, almost overbought. So yung highest level na meron si ACEN is at 10.09 here on January 2021. So yan po yung resistance area ni ACEN, and it had a high today at 966. Now after ACEN, let's do Converge. Okay, Converge, also another green day, although ito reverse hammer po siya, and the volume is subsiding, so overbought na po si Converge, at 27.15. Nagkaroon ng net foreign selling po siya, but nevertheless, the stock is enjoying a new high because of its inclusion in the index, And for the first time po, si Converge took a lot of analysts by surprise since nag-IPO lang po yan noong September. Pagkatapos, rules kasi ng PSE tells us na you have to be trading in the PSE for 1 year before you become an index stock. Ito, wala pang 1 year, naging index stock na. So it is a first, the only stock in the index which is less than a year from its IPO. So hindi po natin malalagyan yan ng resistance dahil ito po yung wala pa po tayong information. However, yung support niya ay nandito po. 23 to 24 pesos po yung support ni Converge. And then we have Emperador. Ito yung naalis sa index stock. So, bigla siyang bumaba, oh. Kasi pataas na siya, eh. Pero bigla siyang bumaba dahil natanggal sa index. Pero, just the same, ay pina-price in lang po niya yung pagkatanggal niya sa index. Kasi, nung napasama yan sa index, ay nag-shoot up, eh. Pero ito, yung pagtaas niya is because of market sentiment. Ito, yung August time na ito, no? Yung August. No? But nevertheless, nung napasama ito sa index, meron siguro dito may mga rumors na, pero nung napasama ito sa index ay tumaas siya. Pero ito, yung nagpapataas po dito ay is market sentiment. So, bumababa po siya, pero magre-rebound po yan. Kasi, fundamentals precedes technicals. So, the fundamentals will catch up and traders will realize na, okay, Emperador is not that bad naman. May fundamentals naman yan. Kaya, magre-rebound po yan eventually. So, anyway, it's now touching the EMA20, but if it continues to move downwards, ay next support level is at 11 or malapit po dito sa MA50 at 12. So 11 to 12 po yung ating next support level. Then after Emperador, we have MONDE. Yan, MONDE. Nag-shoot up siya, oh. So it gained 1 peso and 8 centavos or 6.88%. And it is now at resistance level. So, papansin niyo po, nasa resistance na po siya. We have 2 peaks here which would indicate our resistance. And it is approaching over bought levels. Well, there is above average volume but it is not much, you know. So, expect the stock to just hover within that level. Maaring tumaas po ito dahil meron po siyang momentum. And then after Monde, let's do Ali. Okay, Ali had a rebound. It bounced. RSI is at 47, so approaching the midpoint, but it is still, market sentiment is still bearish as our indicators are still above the candlesticks. And then we have ICT. Okay, ICT continues to soar. Ano ito? Uy, meron siyang dividendo. Cash dividends of 1.01 per share siguro ito. Okay. Payment date is September 1. Ex-date is August 17. So it continues to move upwards with support here at this level here. EMA20 po yung support natin, 167. 166 to 167. And then DMC, if kung may extra cash lang ako, bibili ako nitong DMC. Kasi, well, although natanggal siya sa index, this is a very good stock. Maganda magbigay ng dividendo ito. So, nag-move siya downwards and the sentiment is bearish. And it is now below our indicators. So, yung next support level po niya, nandito po sa level na ito, no? 5.20 to 5.30 po yung next support level ni DMC. And then we have TEL. Ito rin si TEL, magandang bumili. Magandang magbigay ng dividendo ito. No, 1,250 na lang. Oh. 1,250 na lang siya. It has been moving upwards. Tapos napurnada ito, red engulfing candlestick. Support is here at 1,225. Magandang bumili ng TEL. Kasi maganda magbigay ng dividendo ito eh. Next support level is nasa 1,300 po. Okay, after TEL, let's do NIKL. nagpa-profit taking si NIKL. So, nagkaroon siya ng earnings report which is positive, but I think it's doing some profit taking. So, it's just above support of MA20 at 5.81, no? Yan po yung support level niya. While the resistance is here at 620 to 630. And then finally, we have SM. SM, apektado ito ng quarantine. Uy, nag-bounce si SM. And the closing price is now higher than our indicators, indicating na probably a bullish trend, no? Pero kung magpatuloy lang siya within this range, then nagsa-sideways movement lang po ito. Nasa resistance level is 1020, no? 1020. Well, support is here. Area lang po ito, no? Nasa 920 to 930 po yung ating support level. When I talk of support and resistance, these are not exact points, but these are areas. Okay, so that's our stock market report for today, August 9, 2021. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, and investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Mabuhay po ang ating atleta, mabuhay ang atletang Pilipino. Maraming salamat at hanggang sa muli. God bless and bye for now.